Hello students, I am going to talk about how to control vehicular pollution. At the same time, I am going to talk about a case study which was done in the city of Delhi from 1997 to 2005. Now I am going to discuss how air quality of Delhi get improved, what kind of measures the government of India has been taken to cut down vehicular air pollution in the city of Delhi. Let's begin our topic. I am Loda Ettaya, I am your biology trainer. I welcome to you all. Delhi is the capital of India. Delhi is one of the most polluted city in the world. In the 1990s, a survey was conducted on air pollution throughout the world. That survey revealed surprising things. According to that survey, there were 41 most polluted cities in the world. Among them, Delhi place was fourth. Could you imagine how much air pollution is there in the Delhi? There are more number of cars in Delhi. Hence, there is high vehicular pollution. You might not know the total number of cars in Delhi. It has more cars than the states of Gujarat and West Bengal put together. Then you understand how much air pollution is there in Delhi. Because of air pollution, people of city getting health problems like breathing disorders. The matter of air pollution in Delhi becomes so serious. Who aware of the environment and public health, they came to fight against the government of Delhi. They were filed a bill in Supreme Court of India. PIL means Public Interest Litigation on the Problems of Public. PIL. PIL. By observing the situation in Delhi, the Supreme Court of India given orders to the government of Delhi to take appropriate measures to cut down air pollution within a specific time period. The Indian government had taken various measures to cut down air pollution. Among them, the major effort was switching diesel to CNG. CNG. What does it mean? Compressed natural gas. It is better than compared to petrol and diesel. An entire fleet of public transport like buses in Delhi switched from diesel to run on CNG. The process has completed by the end of 2002. Here you might get a thought. Why does CNG is better than petrol and diesel? Here you go. It is most efficient fuel since it burns almost completely. Very little of its unburnt left in engines of vehicles unlike petrol or diesel. Petrol or diesel burns incompletely, then unburnt content is released into the air. Now this problem get rid by using of CNG. Not only that, CNG is cheaper than petrol or diesel. You may get laughed by hearing this. It can't be siphoned off by thieves. It can't be adulterated like petrol or diesel since it is a gas. Even there is some problem to using of CNG. It is difficult to give uninterrupted services to all vehicles. The reason behind this, there is some difficulty of laying down pipelines to deliver CNG through distribution points. Not only that, the government of India taken some other measures simultaneously to cut down air pollution. Once we will discuss them. They are get rid of old vehicles since they can generate more smoke. Use of lead-free petrol and diesel can reduce the pollutants they emit. You might know about lead. It is added as anti-knocking compound in petrol and diesel. But it gives adverse effects to us. It is now banned. Next, use of low sulfur petrol and diesel. Do you know about sulfur? Why it is present in petrol and diesel? Sulfur is a natural component in crude oil until we removed. Use of catalytic converters in vehicles. Do you know about catalytic converter? Catalytic converter fitted in vehicles. Exhaust of vehicles discharge through this converter. As the exhaust passes through the catalytic converter, unburnt hydrocarbons are converted into carbon dioxide and water. Carbon monoxide is converted into carbon dioxide. Nitric oxide is converted into nitrogen gas. The government of India has instituted a new auto policy to cut down vehicular pollution in Indian cities. The main goal is gradual reduction of content of sulfur and aromatic hydrocarbons in petrol and diesel. Generally, crude oil contains carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. According to these norms, refineries should be produce petrol and diesel with low sulfur and aromatic hydrocarbons. Due to incomplete combustion of petrol and diesel, release lot of air pollutants. For example, sulfur present in petrol and diesel after combustion, it is released as sulfur oxides. In the same way, from nitrogen, nitrogen oxides are released into air. aromatic hydrocarbons are broke down into carbon monoxide. That's why there is a need to reduce sulfur and aromatic hydrocarbons present in petrol and diesel. Corresponding to the fuel, there is a need to be vehicles upgradation unless they won't run on roads. This effort has been made to reduce air pollutants from combustion engines. Then we have a look for these Indian emission standards. We call them Bharat Stage norms. We made Bharat Stage norms which are equal to Euro norms. We can call Euro norms because they instituted in the Europe. Here you can see Indian emission standards, we call them Bharat Stage norms. Consequently, we applied these norms in India to reduce sulfur content and aromatic content present in petrol and diesel. Generally, we measure sulfur content in petrol and diesel in ppm. ppm means parts per million. Here you can see Bharat Stage 1, which is equal to Euro 1 norms. It was implemented by the year of 2000 throughout the India. Here you can see Bharat Stage 2, which is equal to Euro 2 norms, which was implemented by the year of 2005 throughout the India. Here you can see Bharat Stage 3 norms, which are equal to Euro 3 norms, which were implemented by the year of 2010 throughout the India. According to these norms, in petrol, sulfur should be 350 ppm. In diesel, sulfur should be 150 ppm. What about hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons should be 42% in both petrol and diesel. Here you can see Bharat Stage 4, which are equal to Euro 4 norms, which were implemented by the year of 2010 only in 13 megacities. According to these norms, sulfur should be 50 ppm in diesel, 50 ppm in petrol. What about hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons should be 35% in both petrol and diesel. What are 13 megacities? They are Delhi, NCR, National Capital Region, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bangalore, Surat, Kanpur, Agra, Lucknow and Sholapur. Here you can see Bharat Stage 5, which are equal to Euro 5, which are skipped by the India. Here you can see Bharat Stage 6, which are equal to Euro norms. These are implemented in this year, means 2020. Throughout the India. According to this norm, in the diesel, sulfur should be 10 ppm, in the petrol 10 ppm, and aromatic hydrocarbons less than 35% for both petrol and diesel. The efforts made a good result in the city of Delhi, and the air quality of Delhi has significantly improved. According to an estimate, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide levels have been reduced in Delhi between 1997 and 2005. Well students, I hope you understand well. We'll meet in next topic. Until I am signing off, this is Lodate, your biology trainer.